Let's be honest for a second. We are surrounded by tech that's supposed to make our lives easier, but how often does it feel like you're just fighting with it? You know, from those glitchy video calls at work to the giant pile of remotes at home, we have all been there. So today, we're going to talk about how to turn that tech frustration into what it was always meant to be, a truly smart, connected space.
Right, so let's just start with the problem, because it's something we all know so well. It's that moment, that feeling of pure frustration when the very technology that's supposed to simplify everything just doesn't.
I mean, really think about it. You're trying to get ready for a huge presentation, or maybe you're just trying to unwind with a movie, and bam. Suddenly you're not an executive or a parent, you're the unpaid, on-call IT technician for your own office or home. It's a feeling we all know way too well.
And it almost always starts with the audio, doesn't it? You're on that super important call and you can only understand every other word, or the sound quality is just off. It makes everything feel totally disconnected. Oh, and then you get the lagging video. That frozen screen, the awkward silences, that little buffering wheel just spinning and spinning forever.
And for the grand finale, you're just staring at a coffee table with like 5 different remotes on it, and you have absolutely no idea which one turns the volume up.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? It's this universal experience, that collective groan when you're dealing with a setup that feels like it needs an engineering degree to operate.
Okay, but here's the good news. It really doesn't have to be this way. The whole point of all this technology is to serve us. So let's flip the script and talk about the solution instead of the problem.
What we're really trying to do here is get from that tech chaos to some actual clarity. We need systems that just blend into our lives, where the technology is working for you and not the other way around.
And, that goal looks a little different depending on where you are. At work, it's all about pure, effortless productivity. Your AV setup needs to work just as hard as you do. But at home, it's about effortless entertainment. It's about actually being able to unwind instead of playing tech support.
So the big question is, how do we get there? Let's take a look at some of the actual specific solutions that can make this a reality, both in the office and in your living room.
So for commercial spaces, you have a whole toolbox of professional gear. We're talking about conference room systems that just work. One button and the meeting starts on time. You've got digital signage to keep everyone informed, and even specialized audio and visual systems for huge places like lecture halls, so that nobody misses a thing.
Let's just zoom in on one of these to see how powerful this can be. So here's the problem. You've got a public space, maybe a theater, or even just a service counter, and it's not set up for people with hearing impairments. You're basically shutting out an entire part of your audience. Well, the solution can be an induction loop system. It sends the audio right to a person's hearing aid. The result? Crystal clear sound for everybody. It's a pretty simple idea, but the impact is just massive.
All right, so it's one thing for me to talk about all these solutions, but it's a whole other thing to see the actual impact they have on real people and real businesses.
Now this is what success sounds like. When a client calls your installation crew the A-team, you know it's about so much more than just plugging in some wires. That's about trust, it's about professionalism, and it's about that peace of mind you get when you know a job was done right.
The A-team, that really says it all, doesn't it?
And look at this one. The focus here shifts a little bit, from just the installation to the actual expertise. It shows how important it is to have a guide, a trusted advisor who can help you make smart decisions for your business.
That kind of expert advice, it's absolutely invaluable, especially when you're making a big investment in your company's infrastructure.
I love this one because it brings it right back home. This isn't some huge corporate project. This is about attention to detail, about someone going the extra mile to sort out that rat's nest of cables we all have behind our TVs. That's not just a service, that's genuine care.
Okay, so as we start to wrap this up, let's just pull back for a second and look at the bigger picture. Why does getting all this right matter so much?
Because, at the end of the day, this was never really about the cables and the screens, was it? The hardware, the speakers, the displays, they're just the tools. They are the means to a much, much more important end.
The real goal is human. It's about creating these environments where talking to each other is seamless, where working together is easy, and where our experiences, whether it's for work or for fun, are actually enhanced, not held back by the tech.
And that's what we're talking about when we say a connected space. It's a simple name for a really powerful idea, a place where technology is basically an invisible, super reliable partner that helps you do what you want to do without any of the friction.
And that's the big takeaway. The absolute best technology is the tech you don't even notice. It's just there, connecting people, connecting them to ideas, to entertainment, and most importantly, to each other.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Take a look around your own office or your own living room. Is your technology actually bringing people together, or is it just getting in the way?